watch it. Who knows? Just a heads up.
Yeah.
So CC said what?
CC had a great story. If you haven't talked to CC yet,
no.
Like you should talk to CC.
Okay.
That dude's got a great fucking story. Like from growing up and all of the shit to where he is now, bruh. Like I'm very excited about getting his podcast out. And it had me
at the edge of my seat.
It did. It really did.
Shut the fuck
Bro, on a shoot. I'm not fucking with you. It had me literally. It literally had me going, are you fucking serious?
Well, he probably wasn't serious.
You know?
Maybe he was lying for views.
I don't know about that. I don't know.
People do
weird
a
shit.
lot for
People
views.
do weird shit. So
and maybe he wants to be more important than he really is.
You got heat with him?
No.
Okay.
No.
I was like, God damn.
I'll say this about anybody.
Well, no.
And part of me is joking because I don't really know and I'm just talking shit.
Yeah.
And I like talking shit. But in all honesty, all jokes aside, some people do talk more because they want people to think that they're more profound. You know, so they might dig more, but maybe he didn't.
I didn't feel that from him. I felt like everything was very sincere with him. And like when this podcast drops, it's going to be because he said he's never shared this stuff live with anybody, like on a podcast. He's like, I'm the first podcast he's ever done. Yeah. And he's like, I've never shared anything like this. Like, and
I'll tell you what I'm going to do.
What?
I'm going to steal it.
I know you are.
And I'm going to take I'm gonna do his podcast, and I'm gonna fucking put it out the next day.
You're gonna fucking text
everybody's gonna hear it before they hear yours.
You're gonna fucking text him right now, be like, "Hey, bro, let's do it right tomorrow." Tomorrow.
And guess what? You don't have to wait 4 fucking months for it to come out. To come out the next day.
It comes out next day. Fuck, building a log of shit.
So when people hear Sledge's podcast was him, they're gonna be like, well, "I've heard this.
We've already heard this shit. Fuck this motherfucker."
We got a second stream. When in all reality, you're the first one.
First one, I just put him over, and then you're like, "Fuck this guy, I'm gonna get him first." No, he's got a great fucking story, man, and you know, he's just a really, really awesome. Fucker. Don't do it. Now you gotta go change your pants, bro.
That's fine.
You sure? Can I get a little top off before?
I forgot to turn this.
Oh, can you get a little top off?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Don't.
Why are you jittering?
I'm just kidding.
Is that real?
No. I'm doing it so just in case you fucking mess up spilling and you get all fucking weird about it. That's why. See? You can't set it right.
Hold on. Oh, fuck. Gotta make sure that shit's not gonna stain the... Fuck you.
Fuck you, your $40.
Yeah. That thing was fucking $2,000.
Gee, $2,000. You hear that, motherfuckers?
Hey,
$2,000.
Only buy the best.
Only buy the
for
best.
The podcast. All right, let's start.
Oh, have we not started?
We're starting.
Oh, we haven't started yet.
No.
Oh, I thought we started.
Yeah,
I was like, man, that was funny.
I love podcasting you, dude. It's the fucking best. Get ready. 1, 2. What's up, guys, and welcome to Straight from the Chest podcast. My name is Justin Groth, and I'm your host on this personal development and growth podcast. Listen, if you're new to the show, I just want to take this time and I want to welcome you. Thank you for being here. And if you're a continued avid listener of the podcast, whether it's the second episode or the 252nd episode, I just want to thank you for giving me your listening, your support of the channel. It means a lot to me. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe to the podcast. We're on Apple, SoundCloud, Spotify, basically anywhere that there are podcasts, we're likely there. And if you haven't yet subscribed to the YouTube, please do so. It's Straight from the Chest podcast on YouTube. And just as a reminder, please share the shit out of this podcast. Share it on your Instagrams, share it on your Twitters, Facebook, whatever. Link the podcast, share it. And if it's on Instagram, I will be sure to re-mention you if you tag me at Justin Craig Groth. Thank you in advance. Thank you. without further ado, Sledge.
Hi.
What's up, brother?
What up, man? What's up? It's good to be back.
Man.
This is like the 4th time I've been here.
Oh, fucking, I love you, dude.
It's great, man.
I love you, dude.
I enjoy it. It gets hot as fuck in here, but I enjoy it, man.
It is hot as fuck because people don't see, but these lights are on us.
Brutal.
They are, man. They're like people that don't know that in the background, there are a couple flood lamps and they're kind of right on us. They're angled up, but still, these motherfuckers are so bright that they cause a heat wave in the studio.
Yeah.
And it's sort of obnoxious, but that's what you got to do.
You got to do what you got to do to look good.
You have to look good on camera, man.
You got to look good. You got to look good here, here, and here. You know?
So what's been up with you, bro?
Nothing, man. Just kicking off my podcast, Coffee with Sledge. Thank you for the old coffee we hear.
Yes,
that
sir.
we got here. Cheers to you. Don't spill, don't spill, don't spill, don't spill.
Don't spill.
Don't spill.
We're sipping.
That's good shit. That's good shit.
Love
That's good shit. Coffee with Sledge, man. We've recorded now a total of 3 episodes. It's going to drop first of the year. So we're getting a backlog of things right now. You're obviously one of them that we have. You're actually going to be the pilot episode, which is awesome.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So me and my editor have came to the realization because we're still figuring out certain ways of putting things together, right? The beginning, the middle, and the end, obviously, but like the transitions and all that stuff, right? So we're working through it. So you are actually going to be the pilot episode, which is very fucking cool, which you were my first guest it is.
Very flattering.
So it's fucking awesome. Because like I said, on my show, I just stole your shit and just kind of just did it with my own little spin, you know? But
and you didn't, but I understand what you're saying, and it's the most,
bro,
I've said this, but it's the most sincerest form of flattery, bro.
Bro, you have a piece of you in my studio. Do you know what that means? You have no idea. You look at me like what the fuck are you talking about? Did you steal my skin? No, you hooked me up with a table.
Yeah, but this was, everything is you, bro. Like, everything is.
But your essence of your podcasting is in my studio from the table. So it's all good vibes, bro.
It is, bro.
It's all good vibes.
And again, man, I mean, like, and I really mean this. I know we're bullshitting and everything, but like, I really mean that's a very flattering thing that you would take anything from anything that I'm doing. So I just really appreciate that, man. Like, all jokes aside, I really do appreciate the fact that you joke about stealing my setup, but you didn't. But you joke about it. But that, even if you did, and even if it were identical, it would still be the sincerest form of flattery.
Dude,
I wouldn't.
That would be so hard to do your shit identical to you. Like, I mean, it wouldn't be that hard. I mean,
no, it's not hard. I mean, you could do it.
All right, I'll take some pictures and then.
Do you know that people that when Joe Rogan first started his podcast and he had that big curtain in the back?
Yeah.
How many people have you seen that are on YouTube with a big red curtain?
Yeah.
In the back.
Yeah.
And they have no shame, dude.
None.
I couldn't do that.
Everybody
couldn't.
Everybody starts somewhere. Where, like I said, my podcast or my vodcast started like 2 years ago during COVID, and I did it, and I started on Twitch, and then it gradually just kind of went away because and I had great fucking guests on there because we were all sitting at home doing fuck all anyway. So it was just like, hey, you want to do this? Yeah, okay, cool. What time Eastern time? Because most people are on the East Coast. What time Eastern time? 3:00. Perfect. Excellent. Give me an hour of your time. Perfect. And I had somebody, on the back end that was switching things and making sure things were right and whatnot. And it just wasn't growing the following that I was expecting it to. And part of that was my, what's the best way to put it? Not my drive. It would be more of my idiocracy would be the best way to put it, of how to do certain things with the podcast and getting it out and being not as social media guru as I am now. Does that make sense? So it was just one of the things where it's like it wasn't growing like I was expecting it to. So it went away. And now since I've been on Twitch for 2 years now, 2 years? Yeah, something like that. I just passed my 2 years. And my audience has ridiculously grown. Everybody has asked me about Coffee with Sledge. Everybody's asked me like, hey man, how do we get Coffee with Sledge back? Because that was actually really cool. And the more podcasts that I have done over the years of me being in professional wrestling and realizing how kind of shitty they are to a point, and especially with how many I've been on and They don't do their fucking homework. They don't do any of this on me, and so on and so forth. I'm just like, I could do this, but do it way better than all of these people. So I'm like, fuck it, let's bring it back. And then it snowballed. It really did. And now we're, like I said, we're 3 or 4 episodes getting ready to be released first of the year. And I'm heading to Denver next week on Thursday. I'll be there for a couple of days, and I'm recording like 7 or 8 while I'm there.
Good for you, man.
And then I come home, and then I head straight to Vegas. And then I'm recording 7 or 8 while I'm in Vegas. So I'll have a backlog all the way to WrestleMania weekend. And we've actually thought about, like, me and my editor have talked about releasing this sooner because of the backlog that I'm going to have. So it might come out sooner than first of the year.
Are you thinking 1 a week, 2 a week?
We're going to do 1 a week.
1 a week.
1 a week.
So you thinking like just like 50 for the first year?
Yeah. And then it might go to 2 a week. It just depends on how big of a backlog and how big of guests I can get. And it's not necessarily about the bigger guests or anything like that, because I have a pretty substantial log of people that are already like, oh, dude, you're doing Coffee with Sledge again? Like, I love the idea that you did the first time. Can I do it? And I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. And like when I go to like WrestleMania weekend, which is like, and I'm trying to, it's kind of interesting to explain it. It's kind of like the Olympia for pro wrestling. It's kind of the best way to put it in a bodybuilder term, right? Where there's vendors, there's everybody, it's multiple days, so on and so forth. I'm bringing all my podcasting equipment with me, like table included, you know, boom arms, everything's coming with me.
Oh shit.
And I'm going to set it all up in my room. And I'm staying at the place where WrestleCon is being held, and it's a 3-day event. So, and there's going to be wrestlers and everybody just roaming around. And I know so many people, and we're all going to be in one big fucking room. And I'm going to go, yo, give me an hour of your time. Come to my room. You know, let's cut a podcast. And then boom.
They're like, fuck you.
Yeah. Fuck you, dude. Fuck your podcast.
Like,
you know,
fuck, bro.
Yeah. But like
out downtown.
But a lot of people, like, I want to repodcast them that I did back in the day, just because I like the feeling of this, where when we're over Zoom, I don't think it's as sincere as sitting here and actually talking to somebody, looking at them in the eyes, seeing their full emotion, so on and so forth. Yes, you could do that through Zoom and through the webcam and all that, but it's still not like that human interaction.
It's not intimate.
It's not right, that intimate. And that's what I'm going for with all of my podcasts. I do not plan, unless it's some stupidly huge guest that I can't get in my studio, or we're not in the same place and they're like, yeah, I'm down to do it. I don't plan on doing any kind of Zoom or anything like that with the podcast at all. It's all going to be very personal, and everything is everything. What's cool about it is everything could be packed up very quickly. I did a test run 2 weeks ago, and then I had to redo it last week, which was a funny story. But yeah, everything's being able to pack up and go, which is fucking awesome. So
you think that when you start releasing the podcast that you're going to get excited about the feedback and want to go one more a week?
That's possibly, yes. But I'm going to have to hold back. I'm going to have to restrain, because at the same time, those people are going to be like, I'm going to have people, if they want to have access to early episodes, go to my Patreon, and then they can go to my Patreon and pay for it. And they can get access to are you on Patreon?
I'm trying to get that. Actually, it's one thing I'm trying to get situated with Ramon is
Yeah,
Patreon and get that growing. And if I was on it, like really on it, I would be talking about the intro. But that's something that I've wanted to entertain. I just don't really. Well, I guess it's more of a talk between Ramon and I than anything. But yeah.
Patreon. So what I'm going to do on my Patreon is, like, the new episodes are going to drop on Monday. But if they want early access to the episodes, I will release them on my Patreon during the weekend. Yeah. So they can, or a week earlier, you know, and then that will come out on YouTube,
right,
you know, for whoever wants to not, you know, go to the Patreon. And then you'll also have, like, on the Patreon, you also have, like, you know, stuff we've edited together, or kind of
Bloopers?
very much bloopers.
Yeah,
absolutely bloopers. Yeah, there's going to be mad bloopers. I actually posted a blooper yesterday on my Instagram at Sledge805 if anybody wants to follow, of me doing the audio setup with Cole. And
I saw that. I like that.
I thought it was hilarious because my dumbass, because I'm fairly new to podcasting to a point, and you're going to trial and error just like with everything else. You know, you're going to trial, you're going to error, you're going to figure out why this errored, and then you're going to go back and you're going to try it again, and hopefully you don't make the same fucking mistakes, right? The first time I did the podcast with MG was at MG Sports Supplements, and the audio was just bad, and it was on. There was a certain reason why, and you know what? You don't realize that this is so important, right? And number one, he was kind of nervous, and it was him holding the microphone, and that was kind of funny in itself. And I'll tell the story, and he'll laugh too, and he won't give a fuck because we joked about it the whole fucking time. Actually, we joked that going into the episode, it's us joking about it. It's hilarious, but it was. You don't realize how important microphones are, right? Microphones are extremely important, right? And I decided when I was going about it, and I was like, man, I'm going to do it on the road, so I'm going to need some road mics. And you were talking to me about this too. You were talking to me like, dude, why don't you just get lapel mics, right? And I don't know. I'm more of a.
I'll tell you why I said that. If I didn't tell you prior,
I don't think you did. I think you said you should just get fucking lapel mics, and I was like, why? And then you're like
authoritative like that. I said it's so authoritative like that.
I was like,
just get fucking lapel mics.
I was like, why don't you get fucking lapel mics, motherfucker?
Okay, so here's the reason why I advocate for lapel mics when you're traveling. Even though they don't sound the best, you can get some good ones that sound fairly good.
Yeah.
Right? Good enough, I should say.
Right.
Do they sound as good as your freestanding mics? Probably not, but it's right there in terms of audio quality.
Yeah.
So the reason why I say lapels is because in the actual interview process, when somebody's holding something, they're less apt to be 100% authentic because they're holding a prop. Whereas if they have their hands free, they're not worried about holding anything and actually feeling that sense of like they're on stage or on a platform.
Yeah.
You get more of an authentic, genuine state out of that person. And that's important for the listenership. So that's why I say lapel mic, because then it's almost like you're just having a conversation. They forget about the mic on them. They forget about everything. Whereas if you have a prop in their hand, they're going to always be reminded that they're on mic. And if there's any sense of nervousness in them, it's going to be exacerbated with the onset of the prop in their hand. So that's why I say it's more psychological than anything.
Yeah.
But that's why I say lapel mic, because then you draw the most genuine state conversation out of that person.
What was that word you just used? Is there what?
What did I say?
Cervasticated? What was that?
No, I think that's a word.
What was that?
Exacerbates.
I can't even say it. Yep.
I can do you one better. I can fucking spell it.
Dare.
No, I won't.
Actually, I'll call your bullshit right now, dude.
Actually, I think I forgot.
Yeah.
AXC, whatever.
All right. Anyway. But
yeah, man, that's the reason why.
I understand it and I get that, right?
But I don't want to do it.
No. Here's my rebuttal to that, right? Is I like the feeling of the microphone. I like the feeling. Yeah. I like the feeling of the microphone, right? Where I have, yes, as of right now, we're talking in a microphone, and yes, I'm very free-handed to talk and so on and so forth. But at the same time, though, is I like the feeling of the microphone.
Yeah,
itself.
But it's not about you; it's about the person.
I understand that. I get that 100%. Right. I'm not just a big fan. I'm just not a big fan of lapel mics, and I might go down that road right now.
You clearly don't want to get the best out of your guest.
I do want to get the best out of my guest.
Well, then you'll take my advice.
Well, maybe I just like what I'm doing.
You're like, I like to look like a fucking grandiose.
Yeah,
gotta have the mic in hand.
Yeah, I like it like I'm fucking doing a goddamn interview with a microphone in my hand.
I understand.
Nine times out of 10, people know how to fucking use a microphone. The people that I'll be interviewing hopefully know how to use a fucking microphone, and the people that don't know how to fucking use a microphone will just come to my home studio and they'll just put it right here, and then they'll be able to use freehand, right? But the people that I'm usually going to be interviewing while I'm on the road are pretty used to using a microphone.
That's
right?
the other thing. Some people don't know how to hold the microphone to their face.
Bruh.
You know?
Speaking of that. So back to what I was saying was, like, this is my first time doing it on the road, right? So I wasn't nervous. I was just more of like, okay, I'm so used to my home studio. I got to get used to doing this, like, on the road, right? So Matt was like, yo, why don't you come to my shop and do it? And we'll do it at my shop. I was like, fuck yeah, dude. And we start setting it up one place, and I was like, I just don't like the way it looks. There was a desk in front of them, and I was like, this looks like shit. And then we were like, let's just do it. You know, Cole was like, why don't we just do it in front of the supplement? So I was like, oh, that looks pretty badass, actually. Yeah, let's do that. So we started moving shit around. We started setting it up. Microphones are so important, right? And I decided to, well, I guess for my guests, which is kind of, I don't know, I don't want to say an asshole move, but kind of an asshole move, I guess, to the point. I was like, I'll get them a Shure 48, right? Which is like a $40 microphone, right? And I'm like, and I'll go through a Shure 58, which is like a $100 microphone, right? Now, you might not be able to tell a difference, but I sure as fuck can tell a difference, right? Because that's my audio ear, right? And on top of that, my dumbass, when I was setting it up, the camera was completely out of focus. I thought it was in focus. It wasn't in focus in any way, shape, and form. And on top of that is on my mixer on my Yamaha, you have a negative 26 pad that I could push down, and then a negative. There's another pad, and they both were pushed down, so it absolutely killed the audio.
Well, explain to people what that means.
It means so it dampens the sound, right? So it pads the sound. Right. And with what I'm doing, I don't need the sound padded. I actually need a little bit more of a sound. Right. So I wasn't getting the audio quality that I was expecting out of one side of the microphone than the other side of the microphone with what I was doing. Right. I thought the audio quality was going to be good, but as I listened to it back, it was absolutely horse shit. Right. So I left there hot. I was so mad. I was like, oh, this is bullshit. Man, I was mad at myself. I wasn't mad at anybody else. I was mad at myself because I expected better out of myself, right? I think at the same time is I was trying to rush as well, and I needed to take time and just relax, right? So, we come back a week later, and I was actually going to bring a buddy with me who was going to help kind of set things up, right? And then he canceled, which I'm kind of glad he canceled because it made me go, look, motherfucker, you got to do this on your own. You can't have somebody hold your hand. You can't have somebody pat your ass. You got to do this yourself. If you want this motherfucker to work, you got to do it yourself. You got to figure it out, right? So I figured it out. And the first thing I did, which was dumb of me, I should have done the first time, I did a test run. I made sure everything sounded good. I pressed record, make sure shit sounded good, make sure the audio was good, just like what you did before we went live. You pressed a little record, you made sure that the fucking audio quality was good, make sure the video quality was good, and then you pressed it, you stopped it, and you're like, okay, we're good, we're ready to go, right? I didn't do that. I should have, but I didn't, right? So the second one turned out extremely well. A lot better.
Well, you redid this guest?
I redid Matt Gaines, yeah.
Oh,
so I did Matt twice.
I see.
Yeah. And actually the second one was a lot better than the first one. Just because like the first one was a little bit, he was very nervous. And very, like there's just a lot going on. And then the construction next door, all of a sudden out of nowhere, started drilling through the fucking wall. And then that cut in and it was just like, oh my God, this is just a fucking horrible mess. So we made sure everything was like, yo, we told the construction guys, hey, we're going to record. Can you not give me an hour? right? And they're like, oh, we're almost done. Cool. Fuck yeah. And then I made sure I made the test run before we did. And then, so on and so forth, made sure everything was focused. And I figured out how to refocus, take the autofocus off and do the manual focus. So then I can manually focus everything and so on and so forth. So because the camera that I'm using, the A7II, it's a very high-end quality camera, right?
Yeah, it is.
It's a stupid high-end, especially with the lens I'm using and so on and so forth. So it just takes a little bit of fine-tuning, and it was great that I was able to go back, redo it, reset everything up. Matt actually bought me a 58, a Shure 58, a set of a 48. He's bought me another 58. And he's like, this is my contribute to the podcast. Here's another 58.
Oh, that's sweet of him. Dude.
And I was like, oh, bro.
That's really sweet of him.
That was very sweet of him. So we tested both 58s. We made sure everything was great. Boom, off to the races. We did an hour and a half. Boom. Fucking sound good, look good.
Well, my thing is, why wouldn't you have just done 2 58s? Why would you?
I don't know.
Why would you give yourself?
I don't know.
That's the narcissist in you, dude. You would just give yourself a better mic than the other person.
You're
such a narcissist.
It's not necessarily give them a better. See, you're dripping all over the place again, man.
Fuck
this piece of shit.
No, it's not a piece of shit.
I mean,
you watch your mouth.
No, I'm sorry, dude. $5,000. $5,000.
This is a very prestigious.
I apologize.
French press here that people can't see unless they're watching.
It wasn't necessarily like a narcissistic thing. It was just one of those things where it was just like budget.
Oh, Sledge! Shut up!
It was
$10.
It was like $50
difference.
Yeah, it was a $50 difference.
You said one was 30, one was 50 or 40.
No. The 58 was like 119.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I see. And then the 48 was because I'm thinking to myself, if they drop this motherfucker, if they do I could replace it fairly quickly. So I was thinking long game here, right? It wasn't anything about. Oh, you're below me, motherfucker. Here, have a 48. That's not what it was. No, it wasn't. That's not what I was saying. I was simply saying that because it's going to be on the road, it's going to be dropped, it's going to be, there's shit that's going to happen, right? And for some people, $30, $40 is fucking, especially in the way we are right now, that's money, right? Especially with traveling and so on and so forth, that's money. Right. So I was thinking to myself, I was like, if we go a little bit cheaper on that side, if something happens to it, I can replace it fairly quickly. And on the 458, I know that it's going to be safe because it's going to be in my hand. Right. I didn't think audio quality wise. And I'm like, no, we should have the same microphones. We should have the same everything.
Which is weird because you're very particular about that. So I can't see why you wouldn't.
It was just a fucking
money clouded your judgment.
It was just a thing, man. It was just one of those. We all have them little pulse things where we just go, oh yeah, and then we realized that that was stupid. We shouldn't do that again. And that's exactly what I did. Is I was just like, okay, well, I guess I'll just go home and I'll order a 58. And then we'll do Matt. And Matt was, before I even left that day, Matt was like, oh, hey, I just ordered you a 58. It'll be here in a week.
That's cool.
And I was like, oh, fuck, dude, thank you. So, yeah.
Which brings me to lapels again. Dude, they make good lapels now. They make lapels that are like $300 for the set, I think. $320 or something like that.
You want to give me $300 so I can buy the lapel?
I mean, I could contribute for sure.
Get the fuck out of here.
But listen, the thing is, you have to use some. You can't stick to your stupid handheld mic.
Can I give one lapel to him and one handheld to me? That would look so weird.
I can't believe
that would be so weird.
The lapels are the game, dude. It's the game because it frees the person's hands. And if you know anything about interacting, which you do, you're a very good interactor, man. Which is the reason why I love having you on. Because the conversation is just so fucking fluid. Not that it's not fluid with other people, but it's just a different dynamic.
You heard it first. I'm better than everybody. And you guys know it. No,
so the fact that you have free hands with people brings out more illustration in them, not only in the way that they feel, but the way they produce with you or the way that they interact with you. It's very important, dude, in terms of getting the best out of that person. And if you give a shit about the listeners, which I know you do,
you're
going to fucking want to get the best out of that person.
See, it's probably one of those things where it's like, I don't know enough about lapel microphones because I know that the cord is very skinny, right? These cords, the XLR microphones are very thick cords, right? Does it go from one to XLR into the mixers? That would be research I would have to do because I just don't know enough about lapel mics. I've seen like the little Rodecaster gimmicks that people wear, you know, and stuff like that when they're at the gym, they're doing their fucking thing. How do they do that? I have no idea, but I could figure it out because I'm not fucking like you know, I'm not a fucking knucklehead. I just knucklehead. It's just one of those things where it was just like one of those things where it's just like, I don't know, man. I still like the handheld microphones. I just do.
You're living in the Stone Age, bro.
Bruh. I'm okay with living in the Stone Age.
Get up into regular modern life. We're
Rocco's modern life.
We're evolving into lapels. I'm just saying, if you want the best out of your person, you're going to get lapel mics. No rebuttal. That's what it is. Blanket statement. And it's psychology oriented. It's not just about the audio quality. It's about the person and what you get out of them. Right? That's what's going to keep engagement with the audience. So if somebody's nervous as shit and they're holding a prop and they've never done this, most people have never held a mic before, dude. Like, most people have never held a mic.
The ordinary human being, yes, has never held a microphone, right? I remember when I first held a microphone, I was like, what is this motherfucker, right? But now I'm like, microphone, great. I was just talking to the motherfucker, right? I understand that. But the people that are going to be on the Coffee with Sledge are very used to holding microphones, especially when they're cutting promos. You hold a microphone when you're cutting promos, right? People get very used to holding microphones when being a character, so on and so forth, yada, 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 right? The lapel microphone, definitely. Sit down interview, fucking News 13, absolutely, right? But when people, you know, professional wrestlers like myself, we're very used to holding a microphone in our hand. It's nothing new to us.
Here's the question. Is it about character or is it about authentic human being? Which one do you want? Because once that prop gets in their hand, they turn on the character. So do you want the character or do you want the human being?
I want whatever they decide to give me. Because if they want to continue being in character, then they can totally be in character.
Yeah.
If they want to be, you know, off kilter and be who they want to be, that's totally fine too. It's honestly, it's up to them.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to force them to do, you know, hey bro, like you can't do your gimmick, bro. Like you got to just give me some fucking authentic. Nah, it's like you're going to give me what you want to give me, you know? And it's one of those things where I believe I could pull conversations out of people. I've done it so many times where people are very nervous. Like Jay Lethal, I had Jay Lethal on. Jay Lethal does not do podcasts. He very rarely does podcasts. He does very like high end quality podcasts like Chris Van Vliet and like Sean Ross Sapp, stuff like that, you know, in the professional wrestling world. And, you know, Jay is very close to me. So he decided to come on. Right. And he was very tentative when I first started. Very, very one word answered. Very like, yeah, you know. I was like, I got to pull something out of this motherfucker, right? And I remember I cracked him with a joke. I don't remember what it was. I cracked him with a joke. And then he started laughing. And then we were off to the races, right? So even if they're nervous with this microphone in their hand, they don't have a lapel microphone, I believe I could pull something out of them because I'm just very confident in my interview skills or my talking skills because I've been doing it for however long. I mean, hell, I'm your favorite guest.
Yes.
You know, so.
No, I won't say that because I have lots of favorite guests.
Yeah.
And the dynamic between you and I is unique in that I don't have that with anybody.
Yeah.
So that's what I would say because I love everybody that comes on. I have people that I'm like, oh, I'm trying to pull teeth. It's like trying to pull teeth, you know? That's a different story, you know? And it's weird because the Zoom calls that I've had, most of them have been shit. Zoom podcasts have been shit, man, because you don't have that intimate dynamic, that intimate interface.
Yeah.
And it definitely exploits itself via the podcast.
Yeah, I agree.
And I just like to sit down, even if it's somebody who's nervous or even if it's somebody who's like apprehensive to say anything or they don't talk a lot. Like I like that better than if I'm on a Zoom call with somebody. I've only had one Zoom call that I'm like, oh, really, or one or two that I really like. I'm like, that was good, even though it was like through a screen, you know? But you fine. You want to use mics, bro? Fine. Just use mics.
Hey, it ain't your shit. It's my shit.
I know.
That's right.
I want to talk about your fitness, man, because you've been dabbling. Let's call it dabbling.
Dabbling, okay. I call it going head first.
Hey, fuck you.
I call it going head first, but okay. I'm not dabbling. I ain't tiptoeing around this motherfucker.
Okay. To a veteran.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I'm a veteran.
All right.
You're dabbling.
Motherfucker pulled his vet card on me. All right.
I pull it out. It's in my wallet, motherfucker. You're dabbling.
Okay, I'm a dabbler.
Call a spade a spade.
Spade a spade, a dabbler. Okay.
How does it feel to be down 30 pounds, bro?
Bruh.
Good for you, man.
Bruh. I feel so much better, bro. Like when I came and did your podcast a couple months ago, right? When you still had the stool and the setup and all that stuff, right? I was not in a good headspace, like I talked about last time I was here, right? And I just started my fitness journey, I want to say, when I was here last. Not started it, but picked it back up is the best way to put it, right? Because one of my buddies said this perfect. We were on a car ride to a show, and he said it perfect. He goes, bro, you're like a snowball. And I go, I don't know how I don't know how I take that. Like, are you calling me fat? Like, he's like, no. He goes, you're like a snowball. Once the snowball gets going, it gets bigger, 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 bigger. He goes, you're like that with anything. The minute you get your hands on something, or the minute something happens where in your life that changes your life, you all of a sudden turn into that snowball, and then everything starts kind of falling into place for you, right? He goes, your fucking problem is that snowball always crashes into a wall, and then you fucking...
That's a really good illustration.
It's a great... it was great illustration, bro. It was fantastic illustration. He goes, now we just got to keep the snowball moving. He goes, you got to avoid the walls and not let the walls that you hit take you down. And he goes, that's your biggest problem. He goes, because once you get going, nothing can stop you. You're very focused and you make shit happen. Whether people like it or not, you don't give a fuck. You're going to do what you want to do, and that's awesome because you've been very successful with it, right? He goes, but every fucking couple years, you hit a fucking wall, and that fucking snowball that you have going fucking smashes into a million fucking pieces, and it's hard to put it back together. He goes, you just have to keep the snowball going, because he's so right too. Because when I got back from Texas, my mindset changed, and I went, hey, don't be flexing on me, bro. Come on, man. Jeez.
Sorry,
fucking veteran over here, dude. All of a sudden he's going to be doing fucking double bicep on me and shit.
Or lat spread,
or
whatever the fuck you
whatever
want,
you,
bro. Whatever you want. Side chest, quads and abs, whatever you want, bro.
He's like, whatever you want me to serve, you want to serve a fucking platter, motherfucker, I'll do it. But he got, and that's what happened was I was so depressed and so out of my element with everything because I just got released from TV and all this other bullshit was going on in my life. And once I got back from Texas, I decided to make that change. Everything started moving forward. The snowball started growing. Next thing you know, the snowball's going, and now my Twitch is fucking going here, and now my podcast is going here, and my personal life is going here, and my fitness is going here. Now I just got to keep the fucking snowball moving. And that sometimes is the hardest thing to do for me, is keeping that snowball moving, especially when it comes to fitness, because I've always been in the gym some way, shape, and form. I think we even met in the gym.
Yeah,
we met in the gym, right? I've always been in the gym, but I've always been a fat kid at heart because I love junk food.
Junk food?
Love
like
junk
what?
Food. Oh fuck, bro! Like
give me 4 of the best junk foods you like.
Oh,
or 4 of your favorite.
Today's my cheat day too. Like I get a cheat meal today, and you're gonna fucking do this to me right now. All right.
Yes.
I love Reese's peanut butter cups.
Oh, my favorite. That's my favorite, hands down.
Bruh.
Candy.
Bruh. And it's Halloween season. I can just go over to Vaughn's and get a fucking big old thing of fucking Reese's right now. Just eat it. Asking me 6 months ago, I would have ate that whole bag. Just think of my sugar.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I know, man. That's a crazy amount of sugar.
Think of my sugar. Think of my the fats that I was taking in. Not good fats, bad fats. You know, all that shit that I was taking in, right? I love Pop-Tarts. Huge Pop-Tart guy. Don't know why, just him. I am also a huge, like, I don't know, nachos. I love nachos. Love good nachos.
Me too.
And
have you had Rooster Creek's nachos?
No.
Dude, some of my favorite nachos, hands down.
Bruh.
Rooster Creek.
We gotta go have a cheat meal one of these times, bro.
Oh, dude, I'll eat you, bro. Easy, no problem. It's a competition with me, bro. Every day.
Really?
No.
Oh, I was like, really? I was like,
No.
I almost said challenge accepted, but like, I didn't want to accept that. If it came to sushi, I would fucking demolish you.
I don't know about that, man. I don't know. It's very few people that can out eat me. Even Joey Jaws can't out eat me.
I don't even know who that is, but all right.
No, I'm playing. He's the fucking world record holder for hot dog eating.
Is he really?
Yeah, dude, I can't. I'm talking shit, man.
I was like, I can't fucking eat hot dogs.
No, dude, I'm not. I'm an eater, but I'm not like. I can't eat that much. Like with sushi, I'll tell you how much I can eat. I think the most I ever eat was like 7 rolls at one time.
Shit, that's baby work, dude.
Oh, quiet.
Come on.
7. I'm not talking about little tuna rolls. I'm talking about fucking full spread, the shit rolls that are all the stuff.
Dude, I'll eat that with a lat spread, bro.
Whatever. No, bro, whatever. You're talking shit. Whatever.
But no, man,
I don't believe you.
You know, but yeah, no, I just that I love nachos, bro. I love pizza. I love any kind of fat food, bro.
What are you gonna have today?
I don't know. I really don't know.
What are you craving?
Honestly, I'm not really craving anything.
Don't have anything then. I know you're going to, but like that's the thing that I used to have 2 cheat meals a week, right?
Yeah.
And I ate all the places around here to where I'm like, when I get to that cheat meal day, I was looking forward to it. But then when it got here, I'm like, what do I eat? And a friend of mine, Danny, well, you know Danny, he eats kind of, I think 1 or 2 cheat meals a week too. And he's like, he eats the same shit. And I would bet if you asked him, I don't know for sure, but I would imagine if you asked him, hey man, are you really craving this pizza right now? Or are you just having it because it's Thursday or Wednesday or Saturday or whenever you cheat?
Yeah.
And it's just because it's the day to cheat and you allow yourself to do that. So then you're just like, well, I'm going to have it, but you're not really craving it. So that happens to me too, because I've had all the different places in the area that I like all the burger spots, all the steak spots.
What's your favorite burger spot?
It's always a toss up between. I like Brooks Burgers a lot, but if we're talking about like a craft burger, then I like Mason or Mason or Brooks Burgers.
Okay,
I like their burgers. But if you're talking about a fast food burger, I think Habit has some of the best burgers,
Habit
man.
is good, bro.
You know, people, that's controversial with some people because they're like, In-N-Out,
Five
Guys.
I do love In-N-Out. I'm not a Five Guys guy. It's too expensive.
I'm telling you, dude, for what you like, Habit, if price is not an issue, I think Habit has the best tasting burgers,
I like
man.
Habit. I like Habit a lot. I'm a big In-N-Out guy. Love In-N-Out.
Sure.
Fuck Whataburger. I said it.
What's that? Whataburger?
My friend. It is a Texas staple. It's like their version of In-N-Out.
What? It's called Whataburger.
Whataburger.
Oh, like Whataburger.
Whataburger. Yeah, like what a burger. What a bullshit. That's what it is.
What's it spelled? How's it spelled?
WHATAB.
And then burger.
And then burger, yeah.
All one word?
All one word. And their colors are orange and white.
Interesting. I have to look it up.
Do it. And it's
Jamie, get that on the screen.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, put that right up there, bro. Put up Whataburger.
We don't have a Jamie here.
Yeah.
Wish we did.
Whataburger is absolutely fucking garbage. I can't stand
What
Whataburger.
makes it garbage?
Bro, they just put too much mustard.
They put mustard?
Bruh.
Oh, no, I'm not a mustard guy on burgers.
I'm not a mustard guy on a burger. I will put mustard on my chicken. I will put mustard on anything else. Like, I like mustard. I like a little spicy mustard. I love that. But mustard on a burger is just
Thousand Island, man.
Is just
Thousand Island or ketchup or, I'm more of that type of
yeah,
guy,
me too, right? But yeah, I had Whataburger. My first time in Texas was a couple years ago, and they're like, you got to go to Whataburger. You got to go to Whataburger. I was like, dude, I'm kind of an In-N-Out guy. Come from Cali, No, dude, trust me. This is because they have In-N-Out in Texas, right? It's not the same as Cali, right? The In-N-Out in Cali is Cali In-N-Out, right? We all know, if you're here in Cali, you know In-N-Out, right? We don't have Whataburger over here. We don't fucking want Whataburger over here, right? So I went to this Whataburger and I got a fucking burger and like some fries, just some standard fucking shit, right? And I bit into this thing and I went, and like mustard literally just fucking like shot in my mouth. And I was like, fuck this. And like, this shit's fucking disgusting. Fuck Whataburger, right? I was like, this is supposed to be the best burger I've fucking ever had in my life. I was like, where's In-N-Out? Like, where the fuck is In-N-Out? Yeah, I haven't had Whataburger since. I had it one time, haven't had it since. And I go back to Texas very frequently. And every time I pass a Whataburger, I flip it off. Funny, just because I'm not a Whataburger guy. But I'm not a Five Guys burger guy either, though. Like, I do love me some In-N-Out. I just don't like Five Guys because they're just so goddamn expensive. I'm kind of a cheap motherfucker when it comes to fucking food. I'm okay. Like, I'm okay with going and getting like a high-end meal. Like, I'm totally okay with that, right? But when it comes to like fast food and stuff like that, like In-N-Out's perfect price. Yeah. Five Guys, little too expensive for me.
Yeah, they're like $15 a burger. Bro.
Yeah, bro. I don't know. It's like 20, dude. It's freaking ridiculous. Plus fries and all that, dude. You're walking out spending $50 fucking dollars, and you're like, God damn.
For sure. For someone like you or I.
Yeah, dude. Well, definitely me, dude, because I can out-eat you. But still, like. But to be honest, bro, like, I feel fucking great, dude. And I'm 30 down, dude. I weighed in on Friday at 262.
Good for you, man.
I'm dropping probably about a pound a week to 2 pounds a week.
That's great. That's great. That's perfect.
Yeah, my coach is very happy with the progress that I've been making. I've changed the way I eat. You mind if you top me off there, good sir?
Motherfucker, I'm stealing everywhere, dude.
If we were at my house and he did this, I would be like, I don't give a fuck.
There you go.
I'd be like, yep, that's great. Yep. Oh, it's going to drip. It's going to drip. It's going to drip.
Wait, hold on. What's wrong with this?
What the fuck is this going on here, dude?
This thing is fucking.
I bet you fucking.
And this thing is money, too.
Yeah, dude. I bet you the fucking.
This thing is gold plated.
Yeah, dude. I bet you the fucking king of fucking England doesn't have this kind of problem.
I think it's because it's gone. It's all we drink it all.
Well, there we go. That's why we're hyped up on Mountain Dew. Nah, man. I feel so much better, bro. I do. My joints feel better. My mind's better. I'm very schedule oriented, kind of like you are. I'm very scheduled. Up at this time every morning. I
up at 11 a.m.
No. Coming over to his house.
Up at 11
I'm fucking
a.m.
knocking on his door. What the fuck, dude? Are we doing this or not? I just woke up.
I did not say that, you asshole. I woke up at fucking 11.
It was a late night last night. I was out until fucking 10 o'clock. And I'm like, what? Late night? No, I'm just kidding.
Fuck it. If I have a late night and I only get 3 hours, I fucking get up,
That's right, dude. You grind.
Because that's what I do.
That's right.
And the thing is, I don't give a shit, man. If I don't have sleep, fuck it. I just keep going, dude. I work off adrenaline at that point.
Yeah.
But if I've made a plan for somebody, or if I've made a plan in general, or if I made a meeting or whatever, even if, look, dude, if I end up going to bed late and I wake up late, whatever, that's my fucking fault, dude.
True.
I'm still fucking going to be on point, dude. So when you knocked at the door, I'd been up for at least 3 fucking hours. So don't talk that shit.
Don't talk that shit in my house. No, yeah, I was up at, I knew that I had to come here at 11. So I was like, okay, I got to be in the gym by this time. So I get everything I need to get done.
By what, 10:30?
I was at the gym by 7, motherfucker. On the dot, I was on the stair stepper by 7 o'clock.
Good for you, man.
40 minutes cardio.
Good for you. Wait. Before training?
Before training.
Why?
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Why would I not do that?
Okay, well,
here's the
open
bet
door.
card.
Open door for another conversation. Great. Listen, okay. You know, this is why you're dabbling, okay?
Oh, okay.
And this is why you're talking to a fucking vet. This vet isn't a fucking school you're at. Okay.
All right. Guys, he put his coffee down.
Yes, coffee's down, hands are out. I'm fucking going. If you do all that, for people that know, the stair stepper is pretty fucking...
It's fucking brutal.
It can be, especially if you're doing it at a fairly high level.
Yeah.
You doing 15 minutes of that is probably enough to... Not probably enough. It's going to deplete your resources to some degree. The point is, you don't want to deplete your resources, a.k.a. your energy, your glucose, for the weights. So it kind of behooves you to do that prior. Especially that fucking much, especially on the stair stepper. I mean, I would say don't even do an incline treadmill for 40 minutes before you hit the weights. Only because you're not going to be able to put your best foot forward with the weights in terms of energy output and productivity. So save that shit for an extra session, especially something as brutal as the stairs. Save it for a whole extra session, or if anything, maybe half of that time after your workout. Because you want to just allow the most energy for the weights. That means the most to you, right? Building the muscle.
Yeah.
The fat loss is going to be a byproduct of your diet and or cardiovascular efforts. But that doesn't mean that you put the cart before the horse. You're welcome, motherfucker.
Okay, I will do cardio after weights. Okay. You know, cheers.
That's right.
I usually sometimes I cut it up. I'll do like 15, 16 minutes, and then I'll go lift, and then I'll do, the half end on the back end. It just depends on what I have going on during the day. That
16 minutes is very important from the 15 minutes. Because people that don't know that 1 minute,
1 minute, motherfuckers,
makes a big difference.
Well, I'm just saying that it just depends. It depends on what I have going on. But usually, I like to knock it out first thing. Like I get up, as I'm walking or on the stair, or I do the elliptical, or I do the treadmill on the incline. It kind of wakes me up to a point. Kind of wakes me up, kind of gets me. Okay, here we are. We're here. Let's do this. Let's get going. That's
fine, but you need 40 minutes? No. 10 minutes, maybe. Have the weights wake you up, motherfucker. Fucking cardio. Are you a man?
Are you a man?
Are you a pussy?
I do have the weights wake me up. I do like the weights.
But no shit, man. Doing training that early in the morning.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. 7 o'clock is pretty early.
I go earlier.
Jeez.
During the week, I go earlier. Like I'm up at like 4 a.m. and then I'm up. First meal.
Do you think that makes you more of a man?
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit.
Because you're up at 4 a.m.?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, because I go to bed at 9 and I get up at 4.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude. It makes me a little more man.
Authority.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it does. Dude, it makes me fucking better than everybody. Okay?
Yes.
Because you know what? There's motherfuckers on the East Coast that are up right now grinding. And I'm like, you know what? I got to be up there with those motherfuckers too.
Okay, but the sun circles around them.
I don't give a fuck about the sun.
That's
I just it just works with my schedule because I go live on Twitch at 10:30 a.m. So I go live at 10:30. So I get up at this time so I can get all my work and all my workouts done that I need to get done. So then I get home, I have my 2 meals, then I jump on Twitch, and then I do Twitch for 6 hours, or I do the podcasting or anything like that. So it just works out in my schedule that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're a morning person.
I'm a very big morning person. Huge morning person. I love the mornings. A lot of people go, I hate the mornings. I can't do mornings. Yada, yada, yada. I love the mornings. You know why?
Coffee.
Quiet.
And coffee.
Coffee
is an incentive. Really is. Like when I first started getting into coffee, I was like, I can't wait to wake up.
You were like what, 10, 11?
Dude, to be honest, man, 21.
Yeah.
Before I tried coffee.
Yeah.
And I noticed, okay, so one day I was training. I went to Club 24 in San Luis.
Yeah.
And I was after a competition. And for those of people who don't know, when you compete, you get kind of fucked in the head and you start thinking weird shit, especially when you're depleted and you're in that much of a deficit. So when I was about ready to compete, I was thinking things that I never thought before and wanting to try. I guess because I was obviously nutrient deprived, because I'm calorically deprived, and trying to get the most condition out of my body. And I remember thinking, I want to try coffee. Why not? It's 0 calories. My mind thought that way. It's 0 calories. I want to try some coffee. The first time I had coffee, it lit me up, and I'm like, oh, I love this. And it was at Club 20. I remember it was right before I trained Club 24. And I remember thinking that in 24 training. That's the reason why it sticks out to me the most. Because, yeah. So,
what were you training that day? Were you doing legs?
No, I think I was training back. And I remember drinking the coffee, and I think, I love how and it made me veinier.
Yeah.
So I was like, whoa, anything that's going to make me veinier, I'm gonna do, because I like that look, right? I'm in bodybuilding. I want that. You want to look that vascular.
Yeah, the vascular. Yeah.
Well, then obviously,
look at me doing my homework.
You should. I should see a notepad out with a pen. You got a veteran in the midst of you,
brother. Everything's being recorded right here
in your phone.
In my phone.
Yeah, fuck off, asshole. So I remember thinking, I gotta keep doing this. Well, when I kept drinking it, people that know they drink coffee, they don't have the same effects on you after. So
sooner or later, you get a tolerance to it.
But then I just became a behavior, and then I started liking coffee more and more, and then that made me want to wake up because of the kick that I got from the stimulant, you know. And now I don't drink coffee that much because of the staining effect on my teeth.
Yep.
And that's a big thing for me because I'm very hygienic in that regard, and I'm very weird or anal about my teeth, about most things on my physical appearance. You know, I'm very vain to some degree, and I think I've talked about it to a pretty large extent on the podcast. That's the reason why I lift. That's the reason why I train. It's not about health, even though health is a byproduct. It's about how vain I am.
Because you have to look a certain way.
Yes. Because I want to look a certain way. It's image. And image is important to me. Image should be important to everybody.
Okay. So image is, especially in my line of work, image is extremely important.
Right.
Because when I did get heavier, when I gained fucking, 50 pounds, it wasn't out of nowhere, but you know what I'm saying? And I'm still getting booked for these events. I'm showing up and I'm just fucking wide and big, and people are going, fuck happened to you? Kind of thing, right? When I was when I was going hard, in pro wrestling and doing television, so on and so forth, I looked pretty decent. Like, I had an okay body. I was still soft in some areas, but I still was in good shape, right? Because I had to be, because I was on television, right? When I got off television, I didn't realize that, hey, people are still going to be booking me and I still need to look a certain way, because I was in that depressive mindset. Now I want to come in and just shock the fucking world. Right. So I actually, when I head back to Denver, is my first time back in Denver since the last time they saw me, when I was 30 pounds heavier, 30 or 40 pounds heavier. So, and I've kind of kept everything offline to a point of my weight loss journey. I have recently, in the last couple of weeks, kind of posted some things here and there, like with pictures of myself and so on, because I'm very self-conscious. I always have been. I've been made fun of my whole fucking life about being fat, right? So I'm very self-conscious, right? So even I could be in an arena with thousands of people and have my shirt off, no problem, right? Because I'm in my domain. When I'm at home, I'm always have a shirt on. And that's the weirdest thing, right? You would think that's kind of weird, right? Because at home you would think you would feel comfortable, right? I always have a shirt on. I don't, when I go to the beach, I have a shirt on. When I go places, I have a shirt on. I don't even feel comfortable in a tank top.
I can sympathize with that, because when I was competing, I would only feel comfortable on stage.
Yeah.
But when it came, even if I was conditioned, because you're conditioned prior to the show.
You're right.
But I would still walk around in my house with a wife beater on or tank top or a shirt on. I don't know, man. Like I wouldn't want to peel off until it came time to actually peel off. And then when I did and I was in front of people that I don't know, hundreds of people I don't know on the stage, I didn't care.
Because that was your area.
Yeah, it was like a different feeling in a different realm.
Yeah, and I've always been that way. Like I've always gone to, when you go over to like sleepovers at kids' house or, you're at pool parties or whatever the fuck, dude, I was always the fat kid. So I always got made fun of for being soft. Right? So I don't know. I guess it's just a mental fuck that I have.
It is, yeah.
You know what I mean? Where it's just like, I always have to have my shirt on, whether I'm, I won't take my shirt off until I'm about to walk out of the curtain. Then I will take my shirt off. I will take my shirt off. I will do what I need to do, oil up or baby oil up or whatever the fuck I need to do to look a little bit more, have a little bit more shine, and then walk out the curtain. Usually it's dump water on my head, but like,
is it water?
I use like cocoa butter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I use cocoa butter and then water.
I used to use Pam spray.
Dude, I've heard, some wrestlers do that. I've heard it's a thing.
So it's like the tan goes on, and even though the tan, depending on what tanning product you use, this is for bodybuilding competitors, they use like a Jan tan or a Dream tan. It has some shimmer or shine to it, but not enough. But not to the point where if you, and the thing is with the Pam spray, you can't fucking spray it directly on you because then you'll get too washed out.
Right.
You got to spray it, walk through it. Spray it, walk through it. And so you get a little glint, like a little mist on you.
Yep.
And you get that so many layers of that to the point where you can gauge what you think is appropriate in terms of sheen or shine rather. And then you obviously go on stage. But the Pam spray works real well, man. But you just have to be careful with it because it can wash you out.
Yeah, so
too much.
So the cocoa butter is good. Reason for that is because when people grab, I don't slip. It won't slip.
Oh yeah.
It won't slip. So when people grab me, like with baby oil, slip off.
Yeah.
Right. I learned that the hard way. So the cocoa butter doesn't. Right. And then when you wet the cocoa butter, it will give you that shine that you're looking for. Right. So, and I usually say like a prayer before I walk out. Usually that's when the shirt comes off and I go and I do my business. And the minute I come back, I fucking dry off and then boom, shirt goes right back on. Just because I'm very self-conscious about it. I just very am, will that change when I get more lean? Maybe not. I don't know. I've never been as lean as I'm going to be getting going into April. You know what I'm saying? I've never been that lean. So I've never been, in that caloric deficit that you were talking about where you're like, I'm kind of fucked in the head right now. I kind of need to, what I'm saying? I've never done that. And that's what is so interesting to me, I guess would be the best way to put it, about doing this competition I'm going to be doing in April, right? And in my head of the, you said it to me last time I was here, like, you're in prep now. You're like, dude, you're in prep now. Like, you're prepping now because you're doing everything you need to do right now to get to where you need to get to in April. Now, if I would have started now as heavy as I was, I probably wouldn't make it to April. Honestly, right? I believe right now that I'm in set, and with my coach and all that, like we're so dialed in right now that like nothing is going to stop me from doing this. And I have WrestleMania weekend, like I told you, 2 weeks before, and I won't be wrestling. I'll be doing this, right? But, I don't know, man. I'm very, it's more of the challenge. 'Cause I like challenges. I like goals. I like challenges. I like stuff like that. So that's why I've decided to jump into that. I've always wanted to do one, fuck it. Why not? I'm not getting any younger, yeah, you're a vet. You've done it before, but your first one you were going into, you were probably a little nervous and you were probably like trying to figure shit out and so on and so forth, right?
Very.
Yeah, right? You're still trying to figure shit out until you became a vet. It's kind of the same thing with pro wrestling. You're still kind of getting in the ring, still trying to kind of figure it out until you become like a vet. Like, I don't want to call myself a vet because I'm still learning, but so are you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course.
If we stop learning, get the fuck out.
Yeah, I joke around when I say vet, but Yeah.
Yeah. But you're to me, you're a vet because you've done so many and I've done none. So technically you have the more knowledge than I do. right? But and it's the same thing as like pro wrestling. If with pro wrestling, I've been doing it for 11 years now. If you decide somehow to jump into the pro wrestling, I would be your vet because you would, understand what I'm saying? So I get the aspect of it. But yeah, I'm very excited. And like I said, I'm 30 pounds down. I feel great. My clothes are fitting loose. I'm starting to see little lines here and there on my stomach, starting to wake up. Some days I wake up and I feel like I'm a fucking still a fat piece of shit. Some days I wake up and I go, man, you're looking pretty decent there, bud. That's just the mental game that I have to overcome, because usually what happens is, in my mind, is I get defeated especially when it comes to bodybuilding or stuff like that, because I watch a lot of bodybuilding videos. I watch a lot of these guys that are going to Olympia and so on and so forth, just because I want to see what they're doing. On top of that, they're like idols to me, right? And then I look at myself and I go, he's 268. I'm 262, soft as fuck. And then I get very fucked in my own mind, right? I now have to learn not to do that and continue doing what I'm doing and keep moving forward at what I'm doing. And that's exactly what I'm doing, because I have a goal that I'm going after. I'm going to be, I don't do things to lose.
You're going to lose your first show, and that's good, because the moment if you were to win your first show, it would be bad. And I say this to every competitor that's starting out competing. If you win your first show, that's actually an L in my book, because now you think you're so good that you become less hungry. Chances are, because there's no money riding on the line, you don't have to support a family through your bodybuilding wins. Right. You're going to get less hungry because if you win or you do really, really well, because you're going to think it's going to just, it's just going to, I guess, make much larger your bravado, or what you think is your bravado. And that's a bad thing when it comes to competing, because you're never going to be that good. You may be good enough, but you have to earn your wins. Absolutely. And if you win the first time, you get an inflated sense of accomplishment, an inflated sense of bravado. And arguably, that can be a defeating thing, or the thing to take somebody out, because now they think they don't have to work as hard anymore because they won their first show. Well, I must be really good if I won my first show. And that's a problem, because then it diminishes the drive with most people. Okay? Think about it. If you do your first show, you've never done a show ever, right, and you walk in and you fucking win, and it's in a class of, let's say, 8 guys, and they all look pretty good, you're going to think, wow, man, I must be really fucking good. Do you think you're going to go in the gym and do an extra rep on every exercise you do because you came off of a win? You're not, and here's the thing too, you don't have to hold any title. You're not holding any title or fighting for any title. All it is amateur bodybuilding at this point. Yeah. You're not fighting to keep a title like Chris Bumstead or Ronnie Coleman when he was fucking reigning. Right. There's no threat on your end. It's just, well, and you go in the gym and you think, well, I'm already really good. You start to get an inflated sense of accomplishment, an inflated sense of ego.
So I get what you're saying, right? And with that being said, I'm actually doing 2 shows next year. I put it in my mind that I'm going to be doing 2 shows next year. I'm going to do Fresno in April, and then in August, I want to do Tahoe, right? Just so I have, because I believe, I totally agree with what you're saying, right? To a point. And especially with me and my mindset.
You don't have any say in this, and I'll tell you why, because you've never done a show yet.
You're right.
So you don't even have a rebuttal here. What you need to do is just do your first show and find out that what I'm saying is either accurate for you or not. I'm telling you, this is what I've seen with guys, and I know people around here that have done shows that have done well their first show and then trained like a pussy after, because they think that they're good enough now. You're nothing now, and you're going to be nothing 10 shows from now, provided you have regular genetics like you and I do. Right. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about other people. Right. The point is, we're no Phil Heath. We're no Ronnie Coleman. We're no Chris Bumsteads. If you do good now, then what's the threat on you to keep doing good in the future? Meaning, what's the drive for you? There is no threat.
Right.
You just think that, oh, I'm good enough. I'm gonna just, do what I did before. No, you have to do more now because you want to be better. And that helps if you lose. If you lose, you become better. That's what I'm trying to illustrate here.
No, I understand what you're saying, but I don't go into shit to lose.
Yeah, I said the same thing, bro.
Yeah.
I said the same thing. Because that's your inflated sense of ego. You don't understand what it's going to look like the day of the show. And so, yes,
right.
I had people say the same thing to me. They said the same thing. I know you're getting hot by what I'm saying.
I'm not getting hot.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
I see it in your face.
It's hot in here.
I see it in your fucking face.
It's hot in here.
You went from looking real big to now you're starting to sink in your chair a little bit. Listen, let me tell you. You don't go into shit to lose? Fine. I understand. I said the same thing. I remember saying that to somebody that said the same thing to me that had done shows. And I said, yeah, but I don't train to fucking get sucked. Blah, 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 blah. That bullshit. I said that.
Right.
When I did my first show, it humbled me. And I got top 5. That humbled me because I wanted to become one. Because obviously, we want to train to become one. Nobody trains to be second or third.
No,
or
fuck
fourth.
no.
Okay. But when you do it and you realize, man, this is a little different than I thought or expected, well, then you're like, the experience is very important. It almost puts now a predicate on the experiences being in the forefront than just the competing.
Right, but if I go in there and I go, if I win, cool. If I don't, cool. That's still not going to make me fucking train hard. If I go, I'm going to fucking win, and that's going to help me mentally train
you're not
fucking
gonna win,
hard.
bro. Yeah, you're not going to win.
And if I don't,
you're not, but that's a good thing. It's a good thing. And I didn't win. And I would say Ronnie Coleman never won his first fucking...
he didn't.
Was horrible.
He was horrendous.
But then he got really good and he kept at it. And he obviously has superior genetics than most people. So
yeah. Man, his body's fucking...
You're not going to win and it's okay. It's okay. On that note, I will say this. Even though that's discouraging as shit, me saying that, I understand. You're not going to win. That's fine. But here's the other thing. Don't pick in my experience, don't pick a show that's that many months out of your first show. I would say do a show a month later when you're already in condition and it's going to be easy for you to slide into that next show. And then you have maybe 2 or 3 weeks of regular, of back to normal, and then 1 week of a peak week. And then you go into your next show and then bam, hit it again.
I would have to find another one.
Another one.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, I would definitely have to find another one fairly quick. The only ones that I know of really are Fresno. I know they're all over the place. I know that they're all over the place.
LA.
Yeah, I know they're all over the fucking place. Is to go just kind of look. I just haven't looked. I know I have Tahoe in my mind. I have Fresno in my mind. Those are the only 2 that I have in my mind for next year. But if I could pull fucking 3rd or 4th in there, fuck, why not?
LA.
Fuck
LA.
I haven't looked in LA. But yeah, fuck it. Why not? That's kind of the best way to put it is why not? What's stopping me? I know that I have a pretty intense schedule and I still have to wrestle. You know what I'm saying? So I still have to wrestle and so on and so forth. Right. But like, fuck it. Why not? Because I just want to, it's not one of those things where it's just like, I'm looking for my pro card, and if I do, cool. If I don't, then,
you're not going to be a pro,
but I'm just saying though, is like,
I'm so discouraging on this because I want you to know reality. Reality is you're not going to be a pro. Reality is you're not going to win your first show. And that's a good thing.
Why is it a good thing?
It's a good thing. You're not going to become a pro, but unless you get on all the fucking gear.
Fuck yeah.
And unless you already have the genetics to begin with.
True.
We don't know because we haven't seen you fully trimmed.
Correct.
So we don't know what kind of genetics you're really working with in terms of muscularity, conditioning, etc. And we don't know how you would respond if you did gear. We don't know that. We don't know how well you'd respond. You could be an elite responder for all we know. But if I was to have...
Don't get scared, bro.
If I was to have gun to my head... Well, here's the other thing, too. I will say this. I'll play devil's advocate. I say these things because I actually am a fan of you and I am rooting for you and I do want you to do this and I do want you to place well. I'm just also understanding of reality, and reality is you're not going to win your first show, and that's okay. It's okay. Even if you had elite genetics, you probably would win your first show. So unless everybody who shows up is beneath you, maybe that happens.
You might get lucky. You never know.
Okay, but I will say this. As much as I'm discouraging you, I will say that the thing that I'm hoping for is that this discourages you enough to where you work harder and you do place 1 or 2 or 3 in the lineup, because that's a major win. Even if you got second or third, it's still a major win.
Absolutely, I agree.
I'd say top 5 is still a major win.
I agree. Top 5 would definitely be a major win, especially for my first bodybuilding show. It'd definitely be a huge win for me, and it would be something where I would be excited and probably, and like you said, drive harder to get number 1, and it's okay. The more.
Don't flex your chest, bro.
What?
Don't fucking ever flex your chest at me, bro. Don't fucking move your titties like that.
Don't you fucking flex your arm on me, motherfucker. You I'm gonna get a flex off.
Don't you put those titties down. You put those pecs down.
You put those motherfuckers down. Boom, 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 boom. No, it's the caffeine, bro. It's the caffeine.
It is really.
It's the coffee. It's making me pumped.
Listen, man, I say that because if I was going into wrestling,
yeah,
I would want somebody or you to tell me the reality of wrestling.
It hurts.
Like, hey, Justin, you're not big enough. You probably aren't going to do well your first match. You're probably going to get thrown around. Well, yeah, but I train fucking hard. I'm strong. I want to get stronger. I think I'm gonna mess those people up. But here's the thing. I'd want people to be real with me. And that's what I'm being with you. I'm just being real. Now, there are exceptions to the rule. That happens. Mm-hmm. You may just completely overturn what I'm saying. Likely not, but you might. But I'm still going to give you what I feel is reality. And that is what I would want if I were venturing into a field that was foreign to me.
Right. But the thing is, though, is I believe if you just...
Fuck what you believe,
okay,
man.
Fuck what I believe. If you decided to go into the world of professional wrestling, right, you would do fairly well. You know why?
Because you're my coach.
Well, besides that, right, is you have the look.
To be a wrestler?
Uh-huh.
No way.
Absolutely.
Bro, I'm too pretty.
Hence why you have the look.
They want pretty?
Oh, yeah. You look great on camera. Absolutely.
Sign me up.
Absolutely. You look good, right? You have a great face.
You want to fuck me or something?
Kind of. But no, honestly, like, you would do fairly well in pro wrestling. You know why? Because you also have that attitude. You have that attitude about you.
I don't think I'm big enough.
You would not think so. But Chris Jericho's only like 5'2".
5'2".
He's a small dude. Guys my size in pro wrestling is a very, 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 especially nowadays, it's not the land of the giants anymore. Guys my size are with my athleticism, are very hard to come by. And guys your size are way more not susceptible, but way more across the board, right, with pro wrestling. But the difference is, though, is you have the body and you have that look and you have that cockiness about you. And that's a good thing in pro wrestling. Especially, you know how to use one of these.
I don't have cockiness, man. Don't say that.
It's not cockiness. I mean, yeah, it is. It is cockiness.
No, it's not. Man.
Confidence. Sorry, excuse me. Confidence. I apologize. Confidence. Right.
You're an asshole.
But in the world of pro wrestling, bro, right? If you decided for some strange apparent reason you wanted to get into the world of pro wrestling, the first thing I would do is I would have you obviously train, right? But then I would have you go out there and just fucking talk. Because, you're going to see all these mediocre people in the front row, people who live in trailer parks, people who live, that eat fucking pizza every day and all this stuff. And you're going to sit there and go, look at me and look at you. You want to be me. Every person in here, the girls want to go home with me and the dudes want to be me.
And the dudes want to watch,
you
with their wife.
And that girl right there, trust me, honey, I know for a fact, trust me, you're going to go home and you're going to think about me all night. But there's a reason.
You can tell that in their eyes?
There's a reason why there's a barricade right there. Because I don't want your sloppy, gross, disgusting hands, feet, anything that you have to offer anywhere close to me. Because I'm a god and you're not.
You can read that with people's eyes?
I literally just said that off the top of the head.
No, I know that. I know that. And for people that don't know, look, Sledge is a very sweet man. He's not that arrogant.
No.
He's just acting. It's act.
That's all that
But you can read that through the eyes of the other person.
Absolutely.
You can, huh?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's without them saying.
That's the beautiful thing about pro wrestling is I am the puppet master. And I make all the puppets that are the crowd, I make them dance, I make them boo, or I make them cheer. That's the beautiful thing about the art.
Would they call it a master puppeteer?
Kind of.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, I just call it good at my job. But the thing is, though, is dude, I swear, man, like you would do fairly well just because people would hate you because you look so good. Because they're jealous of you. That is a thing.
Interesting.
Yeah. You would walk out, you would flex your fucking abs a little bit, maybe a lat spread. People would boo you off to the fucking boo you just out the gate, bro. They would boo you. They would boo you, bro, straight out the gate. The minute you walked out and you smiled and you sat there and looked all fucking schmuck at everybody, brushed off your fucking abs. Yeah, you wish you had these, Put the pizza down. Maybe you will. Probably not. Just kidding. Oh yeah, dude. They would fucking hate you with a.
But then they would tune in.
Oh yeah, they would tune in just to watch you get your ass kicked.
Who determines whose ass gets kicked?
The promoters.
Right.
Yeah.
So you have no say in that.
I do to a point. Like, say me and you were wrestling. Promoter comes up and goes, "Justin, you're up tonight." Okay, how do you want him to go up? Whatever his finish, or you guys want to do like he's a heel. Do you want him to go over dirty? Yeah, cool. All right, cool. We'll figure it out. Cool.
He's a what?
He's
a heel?
Yeah, it means you're a bad guy heel.
Oh.
Yeah. So Justin's a heel. I'm the baby tonight. He goes, you're the baby, Sledge, you're the baby. You're the, Justin, you're the heel. Heel goes up tonight. You want to go over dirty? You want him to go over the finish? Let's go dirty. Let's have him pull the tights. All right, cool.
What does that mean?
Well, let me pull out my vet card, which means is that I would have you go over dirty, which means it would be a roll up and you would pull the back of my tights.
Oh, like a wedgie?
Yeah, kind of. Like you would stack me up and you would pull the back of my tights to get the extra leverage to pin me 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. When do chairs come in?
Oh, bro.
I would hate to be hit by a chair, man.
They're actually not as bad as you think.
Really?
Just kidding.
They're bad. And then getting thrown over the ring, I also wouldn't want to do that.
Oh, you would learn how to land.
Oh, there's a way to land.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, dude.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Do you get hurt?
Absolutely.
Right. I'm okay with getting hurt when it comes from like weight training.
Yeah.
Like I'm okay to get injured from that, I'll die on that mountain, dude. I don't know if I would die on the mountain of wrestling.
What's funny is a lot of bodybuilders that get into wrestling, right? That used to be the thing is like, oh, you're a bodybuilder, get into wrestling, right? Especially in the 80s and 90s. Not necessarily so much nowadays, just because like the generation has kind of gotten softer, especially in the world of professional wrestling. But you get the bug, right?
The what?
The wrestling bug.
Oh, the bug.
Yeah, you get the bug, just like you have the weightlifting bug, right? You have the health bug. You get the wrestling bug, right? Sometimes it gets you, sometimes it doesn't. It's one of those things that you would have to try out to see if you get it or not, and it sucks. It hurts. It's rough. People think what I do is very easy. It is not easy, especially on the body. You know?
I would say it's Does not look easy.
Everybody goes, oh, that's fake. Why do you watch that? It's fake. Why do you do that? It's fake. Right? Well, why do you watch movies?
I remember I said it one of the first times you were on the show, and you got really offended.
A little bit.
You were almost like about to walk out, and I said, calm down, Sledge. It's not a big deal. It's just everybody thinks this.
Right.
Because of I guess the facade that it promotes.
You know, the thing is, though, if you would have said that back in the 90s, if you would have went up to a wrestler and said, is that fake shit? He would have hauled off and fucking punched you square in the face. Yeah. I can't do that now. I'll catch a charge. Back then, they didn't give a fuck. So
it's like, we know it's not fake in terms of the hits and shit.
The thing is, though, that's the big misconception. The hits are fucking real.
No, I know. Like, those are real.
Yeah.
People, and when I say people, I mean me, look at it and it looks like it's watered down hits. Like, they're not going as hard as they could.
Right.
Because if they did, it would fucking knock the person out, dude.
Absolutely.
And then
there's ways of training to pull a punch.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's what I meant by that.
Yeah.
But I didn't mean to make you cry.
You didn't cry.
Or to have you slouch down in your chair and get really like dismissive and defensive about it. That wasn't my point. Like, I was just
either
saying.
Either way you look at it, dude, I'm sweating in this chair and I'm slipping down it. Okay? I'm slipping down the chair because I'm sweating in it. There's no me of fucking slouching down and getting scared over here and getting angry.
You were, though. You were offended. And you were like...
that's like me coming to your job and going, weightlifting's for pussies.
Well, obviously, you don't weightlift if you say that.
You're right. Obviously, you don't pro wrestler. If you don't pro wrestle, if you think it's fake.
Yeah, but it's not the same. I didn't say it's pussy. I said it looks... Is it fake?
Everything... The thing is, though, is everything is predetermined with pro wrestling, but... The slams, the clotheslines, the hits, those are all real. And there's places to hit people that are safer than others. If they're called open areas, right? Anywhere in the chest area, open area, go to town. Fucking club me, chop me, go to town. But understand that you hit me as hard as you want to be hit. And that's the rule of pro wrestling.
Interesting.
Right? If you call off and you fucking blast me, and I've been fucking blasted to the point of like I saw white and I went, whoa. Like, oh, what the fuck just happened? Right? I'm like, oh, that's where we're going with this. Okay. Because you can't back down. Right? Then you fucking you guys start going, right? Now you understand it's gonna be a little bit more of a stiffer, contest. Right? Upper back, go to town, club me, do whatever you want, right? Anywhere in the face, if you fucking clock me in the face, like full force clock me in the face, I've been punched square fucking in the face, and I go, whoo, you're gonna get one back, brother. And I'll let them know, or I will let people know because we are communicating in the ring. We are, it's sleight of hand, magician. You can't see that we're doing it, but sometimes it's a squeeze. Sometimes it's, it's a sleight of hand. I'm a fucking magician, If you fucking haul off and you pop me and I don't like it, I'll tell that person, hey, calm down. You get one, and
just looking at you right now, I'm very intimidated.
I will tell them you get one.
Don't say it ever again. Don't say that again. Because I'm gonna start to get scared.
You're gonna start fucking sinking down in your seat.
I am. Already.
And then, if they do it again, I go, okay. Now I know where we're going. First one, because usually what happens is I'm the name they bring in, so a lot of people are nervous to work me, right? Because I've been around the world and I've been on television, so I'm considered the name, right? So a lot of the younger talent are very like nervous.
Gosh, you're so cocky, bro.
No. It's a thing. It's a thing. A lot of the younger talent that have been in the game less than probably like 5 years, that haven't worked a lot of veterans, that have mostly worked in like their little circle areas and stuff like that. When they bring in a guy like me that has been seasoned, who has wrestled around the world and so on and so forth, a lot of the guys get somewhat very scared, right? And it's a natural thing, right? So when you get into the ring with somebody, and a lot of the times these kids will come up to you and want to plan A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, you know, I'm going to throw this here, go here, left, right here, And I'm like, whoa, like, no, we're going to, you know,
improvise.
We're going to call a little bit of in the ring. Yeah, absolutely. Because I want room for, and then I will teach them as we're going, right? Because that's the beautiful thing about wrestling is I love teaching wrestling. I love to teach the younger generation. I love seeing that light bulb go off in their head about psychology and why I do this or why so-and-so does this or why this needs to go here and why this needs to happen here. I love that, right? Why can't we just, because the modern day wrestling is all about the moves. Back then, which I love, it's all about the storytelling in the ring. It's tugging on the crowd's emotions. Now it's all about who can do the coolest fucking flip and the coolest fucking Hurricanrana and Canadian Destroyer. And I always tell these fucking kids, and I always tell them, especially if they're working me, I go, match 1, 2, and 3 are going to do the exact same shit because neither one of them heard what the other person's doing. And I guarantee you one of them is going to dive. One of them is going to do a Hurricanrana. One of them is going to do an Enziguri because they think that's going to pop the crowd, right? And then they're going to do the cool fucking move. They're going to go just like this, which is I'm just opening my hands for the people that are just listening and go cheer me, right? Because that's the response that they're expecting, right? I don't do that shit. I make them give me a response.
Because you want the most authentic expression from them.
Yes.
Because you want the crowd to have the most authentic experience, right?
Absolutely.
Which is the reason why we use lapels when we do outside podcasts and not mics.
It all comes full circle. But yeah, no, fuck you, dude. I'm going to sweat in this chair even more. So now you have to take 2 hours to fucking clean it.
Yeah, but fucking seriously.
Yeah, seriously. But
you're actually not a bad sweater. You're not a bad sweater.
I'm not too bad yet.
Stop wiping it on the leather.
It's kind of hard not to, bro.
No, you're actually not that good. Yeah. You're not that bad, dude.
But no, it's just the way it is, you know, and I want them, I go, let's tell a story. I want to tell a story. You know, let's get them emotionally invested in what we're doing. Not because we're doing cool moves. Because everybody else is going to do cool moves. What's going to separate us from everybody else? What's going to make them go, oh man, do you remember that match? That was a great match. Because they told a story, right? That's just the old school way of me and me going up in the card, I guess would be the best way to put it, and like learning from the veterans and so on and so forth that I've had the pleasure of working with and being able to learn from. And it's my duty to teach that to the younger generation, right? Because these younger generations watch this shit on television and think that's the way they're going to get over. And that's the reason why that they need to do certain things, which isn't the way that isn't going to get them over. Just because you see it on TV doesn't mean you need to go and do it. I see some kind of cool flippy, not really cool. I see some kind of new flippy fucking move and I go, oh, that's going to be on the indies in the next fucking couple weekends. And it's going to be shown in 4 or 5 different fucking matches, you know? And it's just the same bullshit, you know, Canadian Destroyers, all this other bullshit, you know, and I get fucking bored with it. Right. It's just not about storytelling anymore. It's not about working. So when I get these younger kids that come up to me and they want to plan ACD, I go, whoa, no, let's, first off, bro, let me fucking put my bag down. I've had that, bro, where they run up to me and they go, oh man, I'm working tonight, man. I'm so excited. I'm like, yeah, man, cool. Let me fucking kind of settle in and, we'll talk about it. And they'll be, I have this idea. Cool, man. Let me just kind of settle in and let me just.
Because you're so big time.
I'm like,
you don't have time.
No,
for the
it's
little
not.
peasants.
No, not at all, dude. I'm like, dude, I have my bags in my hand. I just got in from the airport.
Right.
And I'm like, dude, let me put my bag down. Let me fucking, let me.
Give me a breather.
Give
me a breather.
Let me say hi to at least the guy who booked me. And tell him thank you, and then we'll talk about, we'll get in the ring and we'll talk about, what you have for an idea and if I could tweak it a certain way or whatever it is, but yeah, man, these sometimes, and then usually sometimes I have people that come up to me and go, dude, can you watch my match? And I go, absolutely. I love watching matches. I love watching the younger generation. So like I will sit at the curtain and I will peek out and I'll watch a lot of the matches before my match, right? So I know what not to do. See, no one does that. They're all in their own little minds where they're like, I have to get my shit in.
Little minds.
Right?
They're not big minds. They're little minds.
If in the I'm gonna go little minds, yes. They go, I have to get my shit in. Right? I have to get my super kicks, my this, my that, yada yada yada, where match 2, 3, and 4 just did that. Why aren't you watching and going, oh, okay, they just did that, I'm not gonna do that. Okay, they just did that. I'm not going to do that. Or I'll listen to people put their matches together so I know what not to do. Because I want to be different from everybody else.
Right.
So they remember. Because if they go, yeah, we've already saw that. Oh, yeah, we've seen that.
Yeah.
What makes them put their phone down? When they go, oh, I've already seen that move. Oh, I've already seen that 4 or 5 times tonight. Oh, I've already seen somebody dive. Do all that shit,
Is there ever a point where you just like run out of ideas though of what to do because everybody's already done it?
On an indie show, no.
What's an indie show?
Independent show.
Oh, independent.
Yeah. No, because a lot of the ideas that I have in my mind, a lot of them people aren't doing. Because they're all too worried about doing the super kick and all the other cool transitional moves and the slips and all this. They're not worried about getting the story over or, doing certain things to make the audience go, ooh, shit. Is he really? Ooh, is he okay? I'm not quite sure. Ooh, fuck. Like that's the response I want.
Because they know that it's at some level.
If I can make if I can make you suspend your belief.
No, I'm playing.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
I don't think it's fake. I think I know, and you've also confirmed this, that it's watered down in terms of the hitting because obviously you're not trying to put them in the hospital.
It's one of those things where it's just like, everybody asks me to chop them in the chest. I don't know if you know what that is, but it's an open hand fucking chop straight to the chest. Boom, right? Yeah. I chop really fucking hard. Right? That's just been one of my things that I've always...
Gosh, you're so cocky.
No, it's true. I chop people fucking hard because I expect it back. Right? And if people don't chop me fucking hard, I'll fucking chop them back and I'll blast people with chops because it's open area. Go to town. Let's do it. I've had so many people ask me to chop them. Like random people. Like say you. And you're like, yo, bro, chop me in the chest.
I'll never say that.
I won't do it.
Because I couldn't handle it. Because my little body is what you're saying. My little body. My little frail body against your 260-pound monstrous...
Your little brain. There's the thing. There's the little brain. No. Just because like I believe in holding the business close to my chest as much as I possibly can. And there's people out there that will do that. Chop them. And because the way I look at it is if you don't fucking sit there and try to cave their fucking chest in with a fucking chop... And the guy just goes, you just exposed our business and made people realize that it's even more of a work than what it really is.
Well, the other person has to obviously act as well. Like that really hurt.
Oh, I'll make it really hurt.
Well, even if you don't make it really hurt, there's a sort of a due diligence on the other person to act if we were in the ring, yes. I'm just talking about a normal human being. Okay.
Right. So like you, if I fucking sat there and I just chopped you just normal in the chest, and you went, that's not too bad. Right. But the guy in the ring that I was just in with, and I did the same exact thing going, oh, fuck.
Right. He's acting.
You know what I'm saying? I've all of a sudden exposed the business. Right. But if I don't try to cave your fucking chest in as a normal human being, and I don't try to cave your fucking chest in with a chop to protect the business, because people all know what I do is a work to a point. But if I don't try to cave your fucking chest in with a chop, you know what I'm saying? Then I'm doing a disjustice to the business. Right? You kind of understand what I'm saying to a point?
No, I'm stupid. No. Everything you're saying, I don't know what it means. Yes, of course I understand.
Okay, so I try to protect the business as much as I possibly can.
Don't ever ask me that question again. Do you understand? In a very patronizing way.
You had that look on your face like,
I'm listening, motherfucker. That's what I'm doing.
What is this motherfucker talking about? Like, goddamn. No, like that. No, that's what I'm simply saying.
Fuck off.
Fuck you. No, that's what I'm saying is like I try to protect the business, so I will never chop people in public. I'll never do anything like that because I just hold business. In public. People at conventions all the time ask wrestlers to chop the shit out of them. It's like a rite of passage. And I'm like, no.
Really?
Yeah. Random people will ask people. They get, after parties, people get drunk. Hey, bro, chop me in the chest, bro. Fuck, dude. Yeah. You know, it's like it's like, nah, man. Like, I don't want to. Like, cause I hold the business so close to my heart to a certain point.
I understand that. Yeah. To some point, it's also on the other wrestler to act also as if it really hurt, even if it didn't hurt. Then it makes your chop look like it really did hurt.
Right. Now, with a chop, if you don't lay into me, I won't sell it.
Oh, no.
No, I won't.
But aren't you now doing a disservice to the industry if you
not
don't
necessarily
sell it?
Because I'm telling you, I will encourage him to hit me harder.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
that's also acting.
Yeah,
though, too.
I will encourage him to hit me hard. Like, come on, hit me harder.
Is that acting too, though? Kind of half and half.
Half and half, because I want to. Sometimes it will bring something out of them that they're not quite sure that they have. Yeah. Because some people do complain about. There's a perfect example actually. There's a guy in AEW called Sammy Guevara, right? And there's another guy in AEW called Andrade Iglo, right? Andrade and Sammy wrestled, and Andrade stiffed Sammy. Means he fucking was a little bit too snug with him. He was a little bit. Sammy complained about it. Was like, dude, you're way too stiff. You're like beating me up, really. You're beating the shit out of me, right? And Andrade goes, dude, it's fucking wrestling. Fuck you, right? And I agree. I go, dude, if you're like you hit me as hard as you want to get hit. So if you fucking blast me, I'm going to fucking blast you back. If you really punch me in the face, I'm going to really punch you in the face. It's just tit for tat. You know what I mean? And then we're going to go to the back. We're going to shake hands. If I'm bleeding, you're bleeding. We shake hands. We fucking go off and do our fucking thing, right?
It's a good match though, right?
Yeah, it's fucking, I don't mind contact. I love the contact, right? So I know what to sell, right? Even if it's a light fucking pop in the chin, I'm okay with it. Because then I go, oh, fuck, and then I'll check my teeth or something like that. Oh, fuck, stuff like that. It's the little details that many people forget to add in to make the audience suspend their belief. Mm-hmm. The little details. You pop me in the face, I go, I check my tooth. I did on television, I pulled a tooth out.
Nope.
Guy fucking.
Nope. I'm out already.
Guy fucking popped me in the fucking mouth. Right? Guy name was O'Shea Edwards. Did it on television. Popped me in the mouth. And fucking loosened up one of my molars. Right? Fucking looked directly at the camera. Fucking go into my mouth. And I fucking yanked that motherfucker out.
On TV?
And I showed the camera.
Oh man, that made for a good match though.
Oh yeah, fucking. And I threw it at O'Shea, and I fucking kicked him right in the face.
You were mad.
I was a little angry. Yeah. He knocked my tooth out.
Yeah.
And then I went to the back after the match. Right, went to the back. Hey man, thanks. Hey bro. Hey dude, sorry about the fucking. I was like, nah, I made for good TV. Fuck it, And like everybody came up was like, dude, was that fuck, dude? Is that you? Goddamn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
The wrestling game is, I can't imagine being in that, man. Even though you say you could do it or whatever, I just like, that's not. I can't get thrown around like that, bro. Yeah, I'm not as much of a man as you. Maybe one day.
You heard it here first, guys. Straight from the chest. He's not as manly as Sledge.
Not as man as Sledge is.
I guess I'll sink back down in my chair. Lapel Mics.
Lapel, man.
Lapel, bro. What the fuck?
I can't. I gotta get you on that train. Maybe one day you'll believe me. Maybe you'll take my advice.
Are we gonna do the next one at my place?
Yeah, man.
All right.
Let's wrap. I gotta piss. Let's wrap this up.
Okay.
Hey, tell people where they can find you if they're not already following you.
At Sledge805.
What is that? Instagram
everywhere.
Okay, let's be specific here.
Oh, jeez,
so
I'm sorry.
Know where to find you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Instagram.
Is this your first rodeo?
It's easy for everybody, ladies and gentlemen. On Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, YouTube, MySpace, High Five,
Wait, you're still
LimeWire,
on MySpace?
LimeWire, fucking Napster, at Sledge 805.
Still? Bro.
At Sledge 805 on everything. It's easy to find me.
You have some pretty good TikToks, man, I would say.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, really good information, man. And it's really inspirational.
Honestly, bro.
Not to me,
I know.
because I don't need to hear that.
I know.
But to other people, yes.
Well, it's honestly I just started doing that. And the reason why I started doing that is because they were just my daily thoughts. They really are. They're just my daily thoughts because I've really taken the mindset. And honestly, I kind of thank you for this. Honestly, is like the mindset of like, you know, I'm just very grateful for every single day that I have. On top of that, being uncomfortable, being comfortable in uncomfortable situations. You know what I'm saying? And doing the hard work, even if you don't want to do it. You know, doing the grind, doing that. And I did one earlier today where I was I just got done doing 40 minutes of cardio and I fucking hated every fucking minute of it. But that's what I got to do to get to my goals. That's what I'm going to do. And sometimes you have to do things you don't want to do to get to your goals, but you do them, you know? And it's kind of like, you know, it's kind of that grind mindset, man.
I hate the word grind.
Does it really grind your gears?
I think I hate it because it's overused.
It is.
And it's used by people that don't really grind. That they just say they grind. I'm not talking about you.
No, I get you.
People
I get
in
what you're
general
saying.
that
Yeah,
don't really grind. They just want to use that word to
Yeah.
boat in their, I guess, bravado.
Yeah.
Like they do this hard work. It's like really what you're doing is just evolving and becoming better. That's
Right.
really all it is, man. So, but I understand where the word comes from. It's just like, just do. Stop saying the word grind. Just do. Just be. Just fucking become better.
Just
That's
do
it. That's it, man.
Just
like,
do it.
Nike's slogan is so lame, but it's so penetrative because it is in simplistic form.
Yeah.
What we should all be.
Yeah.
And do. Just do the thing. That's it, man.
And I'm embracing that mindset, right? Because I believe that I need that mindset, and I'm embracing that. Like the more I talk to you, and the more like I watch like a lot of your stuff, and you know,
Stop flexing.
I'm not
on me.
flexing, bro. It just
Motherfucker.
happens. It just happens. You know, the more that I
will fucking chop your chest if you flex.
Do it
real hard.
I fucking dare you.
Real hard.
I dare you.
I'm so fucking strong, dude. You don't even. You think this is all fucking show?
You think it's all work?
You think it's show?
Fuck,
bro. I
Pick you up.
grind in order to chop.
That's it. We're done. Get the fuck out of here. Wait, I have to leave. Never mind.
We're done.
Hey.
What were you saying? Your last point before you started flexing your pecs?
I don't remember what I was saying. What was I saying? Oh, I was putting you over. I'm sorry. Let me go ahead and continue putting you over. You know, it's one of those things, man, where it's like I started embracing that mindset and embracing the lifestyle of just being just better, you know, and just being, you know, not letting shit or anybody get in my fucking way. And that's just a beautiful, beautiful thing.
Amen, man.
You know, and willing to die for it.
Amen.
That's something that really stuck with me the last time you said that to me. Was like, are you willing to die for it? Because people aren't willing to die for shit nowadays. And that really stuck with me. That really resonated with me. I'm willing to die to get on that stage in April. I'm willing to die to do that. I'm willing. I probably will. Might. I'm willing to die to make this podcast into, by the way, Sledge Corp Entertainment LLC. Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah, brother.
Awesome.
Sledge Corp Entertainment LLC, brother.
No shit.
Let's go. That's
fucking
right.
Good
yeah,
for
dude.
You, man. Start an enterprise.
You know. Yeah, it's just
You're so fucking narcissistic, man.
Why am I narcissistic?
You're just, everything is about you and just.
I just got done putting you over. Fuck you. Fuck you.
You're so vain, dude.
What?
Why are you so vain?
It's about the grind.
It's about the grind. and lapels and shit.
And lapels and shit, you know? But no, yeah, dude, I just...
Let me tell you, out of all, all jokes aside, I make a lot of jokes, talk a lot of shit, dude. And
I love it.
And it is in part a silly side of me. It really is, man. And I mean that wholeheartedly. Also, I mean it not at all, right? So it's wholehearted, but it's not at all meaningful.
Absolutely.
And I know you know that.
Yeah.
But I will say, all jokes aside, that's what my grandpa used to always say. My grandpa used to always say, all jokes aside. And then he'd say something serious, That's where I learned it from, actually. Shout out to my grandpa. Rest in peace.
Shout out.
For someone such as yourself to say something, now I'm being real here. For someone such as yourself to say something like that, like I don't take that lighthearted. That means a lot to me that you would say, I took this from our last conversation and I'm now imputing it into my daily life.
Yeah.
And I'm applying myself in ways that I didn't, otherwise. You didn't say it like that, but that's what I gathered from it. And that is it's very humbling to me that, again, a guy like yourself would say that sort of thing. So, I mean, it's all sincerity, man. Thank you.
My narcissistic self?
Yes. Thank you.
You're welcome. Go pee.
Yeah,
Let's
man.
get
Well,
out of here.
stop talking, motherfucker.
Well, fuck, dude. I thought we wrapped it up like 40 minutes ago.
We
You
did.
keep going.
You stop fucking kept talking. All right, people.
All right.
Until next time. Done.
Bye. Oh, man.